Can't believe it's been 5 years since the release of Zelda Breath of the Wild. At the time of early 2017 I had no idea that this would be a game that I fall in love with and spent hundreds of hours exploring its wonderful world. Now that I've had ample time to reflect on my experience, and with just a few hours to go until the release of its sequel, I feel like it's the right time to take a closer look at if Tears of the Kingdom could match or maybe even surpass its predecessor. So here are 2 features from Breath of the Wild that I would, and 2 features that I wouldn't want to see return in Tears of the Kingdom. Beginning with the characters. I personally think that Breath of the Wild did a fantastic job at introducing new characters, such as in the form of the 4 champions, and to making us care about them. I mean, you already know I shed a tear of a kingdom or 2 at a certain character's story. I also feel like giving Zelda a more nuanced personality made her more relatable as a character, and strengthened her bond with Link in the game. In the most recent trailer, they were hinting at some new interesting characters, and despite Ganon lacking dialogue in Breath of the Wild, his new appearance seems like it's making up for it. The one aspect that drew in most people in Breath of the Wild was its gigantic world, filled with mountains, and also mountains of secrets, monsters, puzzles, and small leftovers of civilization in between. With its sequel carrying over the land of Hyrule, that we already know, I'm hoping that they give us a new unique world again, one that feels novel and mysterious, despite taking over the old map. While I praised the characters, I still believe that Tears of the Kingdom should take a different approach to storytelling than the first game. In Breath of the Wild, the story was provided through memories of past events that you could access by finding special locations on the map. While the system had its pros, Tears of the Kingdom could probably benefit from telling its story through present events, instead of past memories. Not only could this change differentiate it from the first game, but it could also make the threat of its antagonist more immediate. Another change that I would appreciate would be an overhaul of the combat system. And no, I'm not talking about weapons breaking. I'm referring to the fact that a player was able to heal at any time without consequences, even when a Lionel brought you down to 1 heart. You could just go into the menu, consume one of your 20 durian meals, and continue the fight without any more consequences. You could fight the toughest enemy in the game, but just as long as you survived at least 1 hit, you could just go to your time-stopping menu and heal up. This made some fights feel cheap and victories feel undeserved. I'm aware that Nintendo doesn't want to make the game too difficult, but the menu feels like an exploit or an oversight. My suggestion would be to give Link a small animation during which he is vulnerable whenever he eats something, or to somehow limit the amount of calories he can consume in a certain time period. At the time of this video's upload, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is probably already out, so I wish you all a happy launch day and a lot of fun. I'll be playing the game on my channel as well, so stay tuned for that and see you then.